Hey, what's up guys? Welcome to FineGap, and in today's video I'm going to teach you how to create dynamic route in Next.js, or you can say how to handle dynamic routing in Next.js. Currently, if you can see, this is a simple Next.js app open in my local host. But for example, if someone type here like blog, and then maybe we have a blog name like this, modern 8 technologies. If I press enter, it is showing me 404, this page could not be found. So after blog, maybe if we have a second blog on our website, so this string will be changed. But our question is how we can handle this dynamic routing, or how we can display that specific blog, or maybe for example if user just visit product or employee, okay, or user maybe, and then user type here 1, so how we will display the user number 1. Okay, so this is what we are going to learn in this video, so stay tuned, and without any delay, let's start. First of all, you can see I have opened my Visual Studio Code, and if I show you my package.json, here you can see I am using this version of Next.js. Okay, so this is very important to understand that which Next version you are using, and I have app directory in my project structure, not pages. Because pages were used in the older version of Next.js, but I am using this version of Next.js, so I have this app directory. So if you have also app directory existed, then this tutorial is obviously for you, because Next.js is updating itself too fast. So this is very important for you to check your Next.js version first. Okay, so first of all, in this example, you can see we want to handle this, for example, user or 1, or maybe this can be anything like blog or anything. So what I am going to do, I will simply first of all inside my app folder which exists inside this source folder, so here I will create a new folder which will say like user. Okay, and then inside this folder again I'm going to create a new folder, and this folder will start and ends with the big brackets. Okay, so here I'm going to type here id. This can be anything like slug id name or anything you want, but we need to remember this string, because this string will use to get the actual id that user is going to type in the url once we will write our code. So now what I'm going to do, I will simply type here this, and now inside this I will create a new file like page.js. I'm using TypeScript, so I will type page.tsx. Okay, now here I will create a basic React component, and let me show you. You can see that when you will type in the URL user and /1, you are watching this page. But now for example, if I will type anything, okay, you will again find that error. So we have created a user folder, and now my question is how you will get this string. For example, maybe user type here 129. Okay, so how you will get this, let me show you. First of all, you will receive a props here, and props name is params. Make sure to note down these same spellings, params. Okay, then inside this I will type here const, and then I will type here this, and now I need to type my folder name here which I created. You can see my folder name is id. Ignore this brackets, but you need to type here id is equal to, then you will type here the params, the props you are receiving here, semicolon. Okay, and now what I'm going to do, I will simply type here id page, and id is, let me show you now. Okay, now you can see that if someone will type 129 here, so 129 is displaying here. If someone will type here 122, so you can see that 122 is displaying here. Now what does it means? If you are building a web page which will be used to display the user information, so you can query your data from your database or from your any data source according to the user 122 id. Okay, so friends, this was a just basic method that how you can handle dynamic routes. Okay, now simply let me show you with a data source. For example, I have already generated a data source from ChatGPT, so I will paste here. You can see that this is just a dummy data which contains some user information, and I have 5 users in my this array of object. And again here I will write my code. So I will type here const user is equal to dummy data dot find. This is a JavaScript function that we will use to find the data, and here I will check if user dot id is matched with the id that user have typed in the URL. So simply return that specific object. So if user will type 3 in the parameter, so 3 will be returned. Okay, and here instead of int we need to type id that we are receiving here. And again, first of all, let me type here an if statement. If not user, then simply return an h1 tag which will say user not found. Otherwise, simply we will create an HTML to display the user data. I have already created an HTML here. Let me show you. And here we need to put semicolon here. Okay, we have a mistake here in our h1 tag. This forward slash will be here. Okay, now you can see that everything is looking fine, and this is just simple HTML to display data from this object. For example, if a user type 5, so we will have this data like id, name, address, and here you can see that the same data I'm displaying here, name, address, phone, etc. Okay, now let's test our route. So first of all, I will type here 1. You can see that, so this is the data of user 1. John Doe is its dummy address. Let me show you also my array. So this was the data of my user 1. His age was 30, and this was his name. And similarly, if someone will type here like 4, you can see that the 4 data is displaying. And now, for example, if user types any id, for example 8, and because 8 id data is not exist in our data source, so you can see that it is displaying a user not found. Next is something, sometimes this happens that you have more segments in your URL. Maybe you will have like products, and products which will say category, and maybe t-shirts and women t-shirts. So just for instance, you have this type of URL. First of all, you will have products, and then your URL is looking like this. Okay, so now let me show you how you will handle this. So simply here you can see inside our user, first of all I will change this user to products, or let me create a new folder inside my app folder. So I will create a new folder named products. Okay, so for example, if products will be constant, but after this each category maybe it can be dynamic. So what we will do, you need to create a new folder. Here you need to type here 3 dots. Again, you can give any name to this folder. Inside this I will create my page.tsx file, and then again the remaining step is nearly the same. Let me show you. Params, you will simply type here const, and this time I will type here slug is equal to params. Make sure this slug should be matched. First of all, let me correct this spelling mistake. Make sure this slug should be matched with your this folder name, and this params spelling should not have any mistakes. Okay, now let me here inside our return statement, what we can do, I have also written an HTML to display the data inside this slug. You can see that I'm just mapping data in a list item. Okay, so or you can simply console this slug to check that which data exists inside this. But let me show you. First of all, if I refresh, okay, nothing is happening. We need to save this. Okay, you can see that once I refresh, so our first URL segment was category, and the second segment was t-shirts. This is also printing, and the third segment was woman t-shirts. So this is also printing here. So friends, this is how you can capture all the other remaining segments of your dynamic routing. So friends, this was the video, and this video was for beginners, that how we can handle dynamic routing in Next.js. If you have any question, you can ask us in the comment section. We will try to answer your question, and please subscribe to our YouTube channel for our regular videos. And finally, thanks for watching.